Here are the tales from tech support for this video, but before we start, here is the top comment for today's video. Thanks for the support. Without further ado, here we go. We broke her laptop. This is an old one, but as it is some time ago, I can just recall the highlights. I used to work in the first level tech support line of a big name internet provider company here in Germany. There are so many stories. One of the more memorable stories is about an elderly lady who called us because her internet didn't work, but her landline, which was also from us, did. Now, if someone of a certain age is calling us, the first challenge is to find out what the problem is. Not what caused it, but what is currently wrong. So her internet is not working and she asked if we can send one of our technicians out. Sadly, I can't put in a ticket for a technician in our system without asking the usual questions first. How is the modem? Did she switch it off and on again? And all the other annoying questions everyone complains about. As most customers we have, she didn't care to answer the questions, and if I can just send out a technician because her internet isn't working and this is what she is paying us for. And if I can't do it, maybe she should call the other big company name everyone in Germany knows in bright pink and become a customer there. In the meantime, I got a read of the modem and the line and everything seemed fine and dandy. Also, as said, she still could call us over her landline, and suddenly she dropped the bomb. My laptop screen is still black. Again, we are an internet provider. We don't sell laptops or anything, so I ask again. So it's not your internet, but your laptop screen is black? Yes, it's black because my internet doesn't work. And as you are my internet provider, it's your fault and you need to send a technician out to fix it. I can send a technician out if you want, but in this case, we would need to charge you for it. We only provide our technicians for free if our wire is broken. Well, it doesn't work and I'm not paying for it. You are providing my internet, and as the screen is black because of your internet, this is the reason why it's black. I'm sorry, but this is not the reason why it's black. Clearly, the internet is working as we both are talking with each other. This means there is a signal. I sadly can't support you for your black screen and recommend that you should bring your laptop to a repair shop. Well, I will not bring my laptop again to a repair shop. I just brought it to one last week. I really should become a customer of a company in bright pink and with a catchy tune. They would send me a technician. Madam, you can do it, but I am honest with you now. You saying that our service is responsible for your black screen is like pointing at the street and blaming it for your car not starting. You told me now that you already had a problem in the past with your laptop, and I am sorry, but again, your internet has nothing to do with it. If I send you a technician, he will bill you. The end result was that we ended the call and me having talked 25 minutes about a problem with our service, which was not a problem. Sorry, but my wand is in the shop. A while back, I worked in the tech support for an accounting firm. I was the in-office support person, while the other two support team members managed the domain and internet and network remotely. I cut down on a lot of pointless distractions if there was someone in the physical office to handle the standard user issues. So the other two techs could focus on the critical tasks like security, compliance, migration, setting up new hires, archiving and deleting inactive accounts, etc. The firm wasn't small, but it still was closer to mom and pops than being one of the giant firms, only 40-50 users. It was a nice place, everyone was friendly and on a first name basis with each other, even the higher ups. While they were all very nice, not everyone was technologically inclined. Guess that's why I had a job there. This incident occurred around the time after we had migrated over to Office 365 and right after we enabled multi-factor authentication for all users. The only user with a problem was one of the managers. He was leaving the company soon, amicably and his choice, and only had a few weeks left. So of course he would be the user with the crisis. It had to be the guy with one foot out the door that has a red alert that demands my full attention. Kind of like being forced to repair a Windows 7 machine the same day the new Windows 10 laptops arrive and are being distributed. Pointless and unsatisfying. After all, without the user who witnesses my labors, who will sing tales of mighty battles waged by those of us who work in tech support? Anyway, the manager's account kept getting locked due to repeated invalid login attempts. We traced the issue back to his phone. He had a phone that looked like it had barely survived a horror movie. Cracked screen, chipped plastic, mystery stains, etc. FYI, he ate at his desk every day with the phone out, so the mystery was whether a stain was bacon grease from a burger or oil from a pepperoni pizza slice. It seems that even though we had set up his phone correctly for the change, his phone was sending the old login info anyway as quickly and as annoyingly as the kid that keeps repeating, "Are we there yet?" on a long road trip. Seriously, this phone was hammering his email account every 30 seconds with a wrong password, so no wonder the account kept locking as soon as we unlocked it. I tried deleting and re-adding the email account. We even reset his account to without MFA to see if the phone would work correctly, which it did not. The manager was becoming very frustrated. He kept saying, "You have to fix my phone. I need to be able to get emails. I can't get onto my computer." His network login, of course, locked with his email, so he also couldn't log on to his computer. He could do literally nothing until it was resolved. Welcome back, accounting Flintstone style. When the standards fixes failed, I start asking more questions about the phone. Turns out he had been experiencing problems with a lot of apps since the last phone OS update. I realized the update probably didn't install correctly when during my questions he revealed that he ran the OS update while the phone wasn't connected to a power source, even though you're supposed to have it plugged in for an update, says so on the update screen and everything. And yes, he manually told the update to proceed anyway while unplugged. He had started the update, the phone died, he charged it, and the phone seemed to continue with the update upon charging rebooting, likely culprit identified. For clarification, the company had a bring your own device policy option, so it was his phone and he controlled the update process. I would have preferred company provided devices for more control and tighter security, but it wasn't my choice. We just changed some default settings for security and installed some additional security software, but other than that, it was still his phone. You would think that finding the culprit meant a solution was at hand, but this is where it got interesting. I tell him we should back up the phone, reset the OS to factory, and import his data back to the device after doing a fresh update. He looks horrified at the suggestion, and I mean the "you just ran over my puppy in front of me" horrified. Manager, you can't do that. Stop. Me. I haven't done anything yet, and why not? Don't worry, we'll make a local backup as well as one to the cloud, so you don't need to worry about losing any data if that's your concern. This is when the manager tells me that he and his wife are in the middle of a very nasty divorce. I felt for the guy, as he was otherwise a nice guy and obviously under a lot of stress from his personal life. He says he has texts on his phone from her that he needs as evidence. Evidence of what? I didn't ask. I told him that we could preserve the text, take screenshots, back them up to the servers, and or even print them out, scan them, and email PDF copies on the text for him, and printed copies might even be easier for presenting during divorce proceedings. Manager, no. Her lawyers will say that they are fake. I need them on the phone as they are, not some copy. I can't risk it. Okay, well, maybe we could delete your email from the phone. You have your laptop so you can still check email when at home. Manager, no, I need it on the phone too. I don't want to keep my laptop open at home, so you have to fix it. Me, well, we've tried everything we can with this phone besides restoring it to factory. Since your phone is in such a bad shape physically, how about a new one? Manager, oh no, I need this phone. Maybe we could email the boss and request a used smartphone. Some of them are pretty cheap secondhand and it would only be for you to use for a few weeks. We can express one and take it down to the company's mobile provider store for a new SIM card number on the company's account. Your personal number could remain untouched as it is, and you would have a separate company phone for the email. Manager, no, I don't want to carry two phones. I'll forget one. Hurry up and fix it. I need to get onto my computer and do my accounting stuff. I don't remember the actual jargon he used for the client now. Me, well, could you at least turn your phone off until we discuss a solution so it stops hammering the email server? That's the only way to unlock your account so you can get back on. Manager, no, I have a kid and his school might call me with an emergency. I don't know why he didn't give his office line to the school for his contact info as well as his mobile. The manager was becoming increasingly frustrated and shut down every compromise or solution I had. I felt bad for the guy, but the more frustrated and unreasonable he got, the more my nerves were beginning to fray. Manager just kept insisting, just fix my phone. Don't delete anything, don't give me another phone, don't turn it off, don't remove the email, just fix it. Your IT, you have to fix it. Me, I don't know what you want. You keep saying fix it, but also don't touch it, don't do anything to it, or make any changes of any kind. That's not possible. It defies the law of reality. After 30 minutes of his increasingly loud demands for the impossible, and with no reasonable compromise or solution accepted, I just began waving my hands over the phone to summon the gods of tech support. Yes, I literally began waving my hands over the phone and chanting because subtle sarcasm is not my strong suit. Me, oh mighty gods of tech support, lend me your power. I beg of you, abracadabra, hocus pocus, sim salabim, and wonder twin powers activate. Ooga booga, evil spirits, be gone. The power of cheese whiz compels you. The manager just looks at me like I've completely lost my mind while I chant it. Me, it doesn't seem to be working. We're losing him. If only my wand wasn't in the shop. I'm sorry, but we've done all we can. The rest is in God's hand. He's dead, Captain. And with that, I just turned and walked out of his office. Hey, I'm an 80s kid, so when I decided to fake chant to make my point, I couldn't help but give as many nods to my childhood as possible. I'm not sure if he got the specific references, but there was no missing my point. Half an hour later, he called me back in and had me remove the email account from his phone. Once he had calmed down after I left, he thought about it and decided he could keep his laptop open at home because he was only there for a few more weeks anyways. He started laughing and with a smile called me a jerk for putting on my magic show. In the end, nothing too dramatic, no villains, no revenge, no arrest, just a frustrated, slightly tech-challenged manager going through a rough patch. Not a bad guy, just expecting miracles, and me without my wand. How a desk phone took down an entire office. Client, I'm calling about our entire office being down. Me, has this just happened or is it an existing ticket? It just happened. Okay, so let's check the physical side of things. Where are you now? I start pinging the IP, which is up. Client, I'm in front of a desk phone that has a red X on it and something about no DHCP. Okay, so I'm getting a response from your modem there, so internet is working. Might be something in between your computer and the modem. Can we go into the server room? Client, okay. By the way, I came in to set up 2 new users and I can't hang around. I've got 2 hours to do this in. Me, we're handling it. Client, I'm in the server room. What am I looking for? Judging from the site photos, you should have some switches that connect all your computers to the modem to get internet. Are the switches on? What are switches? Can you just send someone because the directors are starting to yell? Me, I need to verify some things before my manager will send someone. I didn't mention callout fees, but I did mention we don't have a pool of helpful garden gnomes that have nothing to do because they're currently at client sites. I've sent you a photo circling the switches. Okay, so now what? Are the switches on? Yes. So we get her laptop plugged directly into a switch. One switch doesn't provide her laptop with the web bits. Okay, this is the troublesome switch. Can you pull the power on it? Client, okay, 1 second. In reality, it took longer. It's powered up and still no change. We unplugged some cables and plugged them back in, and it felt like I was starting to burn time. Now, I won't go into detail, but basically I was escalating, then that was getting escalated. All the while the customer is complaining about it not working, how they're freaking out. At one point they ask how they could work. Me, you can make sure the printer is in a wall port that goes to the second. Too hard. Can't you just get it to work? Pause. Yep, just the way I told you. Or you can stand directly in front of the switch. I'll stand. this couldn't have happened at a worse time. So I'm getting pushback from my escalation point, being asked questions like, have they messed up with anything on the switch, and checking the trunk ports between switches, all valid but still frustrating when I'm trying to placate a site contact. While my tech manager is getting ready to go, I'm asking some last-ditch questions like, so when you set up the new users at their desk, what did you plug-unplug? And as she going around having a fiddle, stuff starts coming back online. I put the on-site visit on hold, tell my manager, and I'm going through the checks when my manager busts into the call and asks what she unplugged. The phone. Manager: okay, you plugged one phone into 2 wall ports. The port with the computer goes to the computer and the other port goes into the wall. Then I recalled at the start of the conversation how she was setting up users with the desk phones and docking stations. She created a loop. Cost, tech, senior tech, tech manager, and 3 hours of lost productivity for a whole office. So those were the stories for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, a like would be highly appreciated. It really does help my channel out. Also, if you enjoyed this and want to stay up to date on the latest videos, then don't forget to subscribe. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.